Hey Bayside Santa Rosa, and welcome to Holy Week, the week leading up to Easter Sunday. And we've been walking through what Jesus did each day leading up to Easter Sunday. And what's funny is today is actually Holy Wednesday, and the Bible doesn't actually record Jesus doing anything on this day. Kind of awkward for me. I'm supposed to give a devotional on it, right? But the thing is scholars speculate that maybe Jesus and his disciples were resting today. They've had a few busy days in Jerusalem, and they wanted to rest before the Passover feast, which will happen tomorrow. You'll hear about that tomorrow on the Devo. And I thought today would be a good day to then talk about rest, because you're in the middle of your week, and the thing is you might need to seek out some rest right now, because even in the midst of an angst-filled, stress-filled, worry-filled week that Jesus was facing, he still chose to take some rest. So maybe we should do the same. So I thought I'd read out of Matthew 11, where Jesus talks about rest. And it comes in verses 28 through 30, and it says this: "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." I don't know about you guys, but I've been able to catch up on a lot of rest in quarantine. I'm getting my full 8 hours, if not more sometimes, but I'll still find myself feeling really tired during the day. Not just physically, but just mentally tired, and I don't feel rested, because the reality is I'm still facing the stresses of this whole COVID-19 thing in my day. So even though I'm physically getting sleep, I don't feel rested. But lucky for us, Jesus in this passage is not talking about physical rest. He's talking about rest for our souls. So not just a physical rest, but one where we can actually take our stresses, our worries, and our burdens, and we can hand them over to Jesus. And he takes them on, and instead he returns and gives us a light one to bear. I think about hiking with my brother growing up, and we'd always take a couple backpacks, right? He had one, I had one, and we'd hike up the mountain. I was the one who always was carrying the water, because I was convinced we needed a lot of it, and I didn't want to get thirsty along the way, and so I'd have all the water. And halfway up the mountain, my shoulders would really begin to hurt because I was carrying the heavy backpack. And he'd selflessly trade backpacks with me. Even though I was the one who was convinced we needed all this water, he took on that backpack on his shoulders and walked up the rest of the mountain. And he gave me his light bag to carry. That's what Jesus does for us. He takes our burdens, our heaviness, and instead gives us a light yoke to carry. Right? So as we look on this Holy Wednesday, as we reflect back on this Holy Wednesday, I want you to remember this: Jesus took the weight of your sin to the cross so that you could find rest for your souls. So choose to experience and live into some of that rest this week, today, and I hope that you can find some peace and rest in that. Thanks for joining us tonight. Good night, Santa Rosa.